Exclusive breaking news biaba. Hey, Ghana Football Association election the okay. Dated 29 June. Breaking news. Address to the General Secretary, Ghana Football Association, Rage Accra. Attention, Chairman, Election Committee. Dear Sir, election of GFA President at Ordinary Congress for the year 2023-2024 season. Please accept our compliment. As a member of the Ghana Football Association, we write to bring to your attention a matter concerning the governance of our football in line with acceptable principles and adherence to the statute and other regulations governing the Ghana Football Association. Say, in accordance with Article 31 of the Ghana Football Statute, it is mandatory that the Football Association convene an ordinary congress once every football season. As stipulated in Article 32(2)(k) of the GFA Statute, the inclusion of the election of president in the agenda of an ordinary congress is mandatory. It is an indisputable fact that the tenure of the current and serving president and executive council of the Ghana Football Association will expire in October 2023. As a result, the upcoming ordinary congress necessitates the inclusion of the presidential election as a compulsory item on the agenda, bearing in mind that any attempt to have the election next year would have meant that you plan to stay beyond your term limit. No Edubiase for now the petition akoma GFA say GFA mrano oshe say election year bia no ye ordinary congress say election no ehun nsem no part of the agenda na GFA for the letter akoma clubs nso mo congress election no hun nsem nka ho nti no Edubiase for susu say GFA for be so mo bu mrano so no market okrekutena so ebro 4 years na yeto abaman to match your petition. The also now say on Tuesday, June 27, 2023, the Ghana Football Association Secretariat communicated to members of the association the agenda and other relevant document for the convocation of the 29th Ordinary Session of Congress to be held at the Great Hall, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Kumasi, on July 10, 2023. Unfortunately, the agenda did not include a mandatory provision in the GFA Statute 2019, Article 32(2)(k) of the Ghana Football Association Statute 2019. There we see Article 32(k) of the GFA Statute 2019 was conspicuously missing without any explanation. Osemo de Congress document no koma omo no ade ye wo hye say election year tie say mo de election ka agenda amanfa nchem amanfa nchechem bia nso amba. Having gone through the agenda, we rather find that the Executive Council of the GFA proposed in item 12 of the agenda an approval of GFA election nomination fees. On what basis are we going to discuss this matter when members do not even know when the GFA elections will be held? Almost say later na mode come up clubs no match nomination fee na ye hu da ye beto aba ye ka nomination fee ho asem say as per Article 5 of the Ghana Football Association regulations on election as per Article 5 of the GFA regulations on elections 2019, the election committee is mandated to ensure compliance with the statute and regulations of the Ghana Football Association as well as uphold the stipulated statutory timelines for elections within the GFA. Given that this year is an election year and the Ordinary Congress is responsible for selecting the GFA president, it is imperative that the Elections Committee establish clear timelines and or deadlines for the election process. If the GFA intends not to hold the elections this year, when does it intend to do so? Article 8 of the GFA regulations on elections stipulate the following: submission and examination of candidate for the Executive Council. Candidate for any position of the Executive Council shall be sent by post, by email with delivery notifications or delivered. Nti asem ne tintini tietia ani say Edubiase for an actual letter koma GFA for say afi bia ye to abayi FA president Congress a edi kan ansa na FA abato na baso no agenda no ye de FA election no hyem keta breso nko amamfa hyem na momo akotwero nomination fee say nde yatum no mu bisa say mo ankyere say ye beto abadia nomination fee ni etua na ye de ageden nti omonte azie nti they are asking that you obey your own rules. Kaga.
We are in for trouble. I mean,
Alex Akumen and in such as but baby, I'm
we are in for trouble. I mean, no Edubiase for it falls within their right as members of the association to ask questions if they are not clear with a roadmap or any issues with respect to the upcoming elections. Or more right, or more young from Sobiaye, or more penchechidum. Essentially, as they rightly wrote in the letter, no, a communique, no, prior to every election, and I say, a Congress, what the I mean matters concerning the election, no, edition is part of the Congress materials, but this time around in him. And they say new Edubiase for the letter Basse dear. Then any one say other clubs are almost some bonjo so no almost some beba. But Nina no a Jabron can you see Ghana Bar Association, a woman association, and a member. Ghana Football Association, a association, one member. Ghana every association there is governed by rules and regulation. The moment you fall outside the ambience of the law, no, a whole enactment, any court, any SAS and some neighbor. Your best say. This isn't the first time I hear election. Let's follow the right procedure. Na humbo. You see, the Ghana Football Association has suffered too much after the exit of Oragosi Antechi. Yet in some people, baby, now you lose the brand association. Now nobody even wanted to associate himself or herself with the association. Kakra krasa, and image redemption. Association. Normalization by one by be na di omoko aba. This is the first time ora keto krekune 4 years and aso yen find peace and amicable grounds na yen get the right thing. Whoever wins no the association and winning, but sin is start here be enye mo say e chine be kwakwada sorry no na under club so asan e di aba yen sempi e besre
really ye besre mo hwadwuma die say yen Evans na edi nkomo na breaking news na aba. Say GFA for afiwe election year by 25th of August. So man to aba Ketokrekus tenure expires. He ceases to be FA president. And the FA mrano so chese afibi ombeto aba biano. Congress bi ombe ya ansa na abato na baso no. So mode agenda no election no agenda shim. While omde letters no come class no election ni de omantwero hwe na mum filing fees aye tum na omde bai. And Edubiase say yehu oba yen sekete unka da de beto about metua filing fee metua filing fee na makoye den nti me sure say other clubs no follow we dey mu da ho obey your own rules there e Ghana court cry you be forced to apply your own rules any there untimi nka so obi do akoko do be permanent free football once it is within your rules in there obi do kokota untimi nya ne hwe
nigga
let ya na buy no say Evans Sentina me sign eba back no man shadan kan mpo anwie na ohwa Edubiase akotu articles a ekire election modalities no and almost say the aforementioned timelines and or deadlines are imperative for the Elections Committee to implement in accordance with the regulations outlined in the Ghana Football Association Statute. It is important to acknowledge that a candidate who has been disqualified possesses the entitlement to lodge an appeal with the Appeals Committee of the GFA. It is irrefutable that the role of the Ghana Football Association President entails membership in the Executive Council as stipulated in Article 37 of the GFA Statute 2019. However, it is noteworthy that the President is the sole individual elected by Congress to assume this position. Therefore, the provisions of Article 8 of the GFA Regulations on Elections 2019 must be applied by the Elections Committee in the election of the GFA President in this year's elective ordinary Congress. Despite the announcement of the ordinary Congress scheduled for July 10, 2023, there's a lack of clarity regarding the timeline for the submission of candidatures for the position of President. Other members of the Executive Council and executive members of the regional and district football associations, together with the corresponding timelines and or deadline for scrutiny by the Elections Committee. It is contended that the aforementioned plan of action and schedules should be provided and implemented by the Elections Committee. The determination of the date for an election ordinary for an elective ordinary congress should be made by the GFA Secretariat in collaboration with the Elections Committee, taking into consideration the compulsory requirement of the election timelines as stipulated in the Ghana Football Association Regulations on Elections 2019. Taking into consideration events of the past with regard to response to previous letters and or inquest, we are more than convinced that further action will be taken after your refusal to respond to this letter. Na just a court to Yeboah no.
Say na enemy din kan no.
Say if you want to respond to omo letter na action for be di akire. Action for na just a court no.
Court. But men pese ye bedru ho.
We have also been made aware of the GFA's deliberate attitude of coercing some members of the GFA to secretly sign documents in order to postpone the GFA elections, which is arguably supposed to take place this year to a later date. 2. Coercing some members of the GFA to secretly sign documents giving authority to the GFA Executive Council to amend Articles 31 and 32 in particular, and Article 32 of the GFA Statute 2019. Our understanding is that you are gathering signatures to be sent to FIFA in order to achieve your grand agenda as stated in terms of Article 18A and 18B above. The Executive Council of the GFA is fully aware that any attempt to amend the GFA statute without the consent and approval of the GFA Congress in the manner chosen will be in clear breach of Articles 27 and 34 of the GFA Statute 2019. Almost say we say every phone is sumasi. So omo pese omo the FA clubs members ni bi. No sign document no de come FIFA say afi aban kwa ye nto na fi. E beto ne da foforo. Ne momo ma GFA fu ati ase say omo ko ye amendment bi o constitution ni mo enye congress na gitu ma etomra. Name se court ne beba so pe. Since assuming office in 2019, this present Executive Council have disrespected members of the association in various forms and manner, including deceiving the general public on matters emanating from FIFA and CAF. I say if you say we be there no for boom members no to da kra omo de bedada so assembly FIFA and CAF na ban so no mboa. Each time these infractions are raised, you as a general secretary is quick to point out that FIFA gave you that authority without any written evidence or proof. Examples include a story carried out by the GFA website, Kwaku, 5 others co-opted to CAF Executive Committee. Say in fact be say emribe a GFA be twantro say Kwaku ya fana ko CAF Executive Committee na nya no kre. Refusal by the General Secretary and the Executive Council to respond to countless letters and correspondence from affiliated members who petitioned the GFA for an extraordinary congress in 2022. Say the letter be comma FA no senka 2022 annual extraordinary congress and also FNA ni fichu just ombu members no ba kokra. There are countless situations where everything you have done is run the association without recourse to basic administrative governance and legal compliance. By this letter, the Executive Council of the GFA is advised to desist from engaging in any activity that is detrimental to the growth of the association and stop the habit of forcing members of the association to sign documents under duress for fear of intimidation and victimization. There are widespread negative issues confronting our football, including corruption and match-fixing allegations made against the president of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. K.T.S. Okreku, by no less a person than Alhaji Abdul Karim Grunza, aka Alhaji Grusa, which the GFA has failed to act on. These are the issues you should be dealing with and not be hell-bent on staying onto power under the guise of FIFA. As earlier mentioned, you must, as a General Secretary, advise the Executive Council to work in accordance with the statute and regulations of the GFA and stop the open show of abuse of power. We kindly expect you to respond in this urgent letter on or before the close of work on Monday, July 3, 2023. You are accordingly advised. Alex Akome, Chief Executive Officer. Hey!
Clearly, there's fire on the mountain.
Yeah.
Clearly, everything points to the fact that some members of the association
and your friendly note at all.
Yes, are not happy. They are not happy.
Yeah.
As I said earlier on, this isn't the first time yet to about. And the 24 say, maybe I did that and fan to what?
If
say ye two ye koto aba then ye then ambranica. Say why follow what the law says or what the statute says. No, before is a 7 what the 6 and 9. See never. A lot of people of the association are not happy. And me and yami one. And in going forward, and at the being an dear for Munim Brana Bahasi, Kofi Manu Blue Boy will be here. Yeah, sure. Me assure say, anytime better on Saturday, you also get people from the other side to also come. But the person be say, proud to election like this, no. And you want said yes on for roadmap on Umbra. Is it the election committee? And as a general secretary and as a FA president, and when I said yeah,
election committee in collaboration with the GFA.
And the election committee are they working?
Minimum.
And then the last day of the month of June, 30th. How many months more? Now me person me bisa say year 2 a year presidential election, a year or man penny election now. Say 7 January and now say 7 December. Say do one and 2 aba by 7 January of the following year, a January now. Let's say Antoabana. Do we have a certain president as at that time?
No.
Until 25th October. Say Antoaba, do we have a certain GFA?
No, it means that the GFA presidency seat will be vacant.
Okay. Until Mesuminim say the highest decision making body of the association air Congress.
Yeah.
And they say call Congress you taking any major decision as at now.
Yeah.
Until one money see omono or the emphasis say just mere allegation.
Yeah.
Because we can't substantiate it.
Yeah.
Let an buy any year kind. Yeah, digest it. Yeboah. And yes, any fact to back this.
Yeah.
But the omo can you credit I am one no more share here. Yes,
na say uti so say mampeni me fancy na Akufo-Addo. Na owie ni first 4 years no. Ye na enim say Ghana ye to about 7 December. Na nka yewo June ayeko July na abatu onu kura wo moso na gaga zigana fo be jama
ba na ngo gaza shala to se ne onu mu twabo musa je mensa mu amudu go mu
the very ngo fu omu run GFA nka they will join Ghanaians to say Ronaldo is being greedy.
Yeah,
because ujili say why adwuma mu adwuma so eni a unzro election
ena mo pɛ no Mugabe do be azi o ye Mugabe on be sorry free so
even no say go fi o so ti brofo unzro broni so uti so say o mampeni every president to o man penny you now office we adwuma so eni a unzro election
whoever comes to contest you
we okay cry nothing. Hey, Ghana football baby okay because clearly per the wording of the letter na Edubiase diama F in or say wasan case to say all the letters go everywhere na prosper nani on reply now we the man up to 3rd of July.
3rd of July. That is Monday.
9 one reply there they will take them and I'm sure the next action will be court.
And then you guys say call.
Your
football not suffer.
No, if you wording of the letter and you will be never catch you.
Football not suffer.
Obi am letter what you say. Me the idea ba unfi me. The way they won fi me a obeto do you no be court. Kaka. Enzrio. No be court to pay.
You draw. Is it
Prosper very
Prosper
smart.
is somebody that I'm very close to in recent time. My close to Prosper and me sure say yeah kasa kra no e be oguso a meeting on our bet will be and Prosper doesn't write letters on his own accord. Even though the board chairman or the CEO of the association,
he does so the instruction of the president.
I na you blame ma Prosper be I na minti bi mwase.
Yeah.
Because he has exactly he has an executive council.
Later we know say school na say president can say envy omo a
onto me yashi inte do na prosper Debbie or you the CEO or the board of the association but onto me anything without instruction.
Finance bans or say there was no redemption for Ghana football. Omaya be mali redemption song.
But Kwaku we advance aba. You been your time. You been your time come asempa because I don't know breaking news. Breaking news. It's a mama for no. But at the appropriate time, no, you better that tenacity. I do want bobo ye pa because from now up to October there, make sure that the major topic of the association
the association de bia mo claim say media na tarnish mu image ye ne ye abayifo ye ne ye nye ya bo atima ye ne ye tri nye na mo pese mo create a good brand na the bia controversies na we Alhaji Grace Abam Kurt must resign krono koso efe ade achinya mo constitution mo pese mo do be adwuma na members petition. How do you build a good brand with this attitude? But Bansenjoni ko kadia hey we do on GFA asem na mu de mu ye mu amopɛ mo wasem
Alhaji die no so one more opportunity make am wasem kakra.
Okay, send you
Alhaji, you see there are always three sides to an issue or of an issue. Your side, my side, and then the truth.
Okay.
Alhaji abe Canada. Yentin fi ora president Okrekwano.
No man yentie. Because I spoke to Alhaji Grace on my show, and he had the temerity, he had the nerve to say, or there, I said, asem no wakano. Ethics committee for say or there or move so well, your man friend.
But when the something before bar, what we can some later. In your own closet, no, what me say no.
So uko kaseti na nado. Ni e catch yourself be patch on na twisa na o sam be kase. Oh, then another so a bemo want you and say bibi unai bibi so yeah because it's a
statement of fact
and easy say obeka say GFA president ne obeka say be withdraw men withdraw yes yet is before so pam from you
but we see or say ora category catch any say oni case but obeboa no emboa no e won in so many forms. Okay. Obeboa no wo ebia sika ma femu e wo division 1 manabo. And obeboa no with players say o ma players obeboa no qualify. And obeboa no kwan ben so. It could be for a good reason.
Okay.
And not what people are speculating and are more doing.
Okay.
But Alhaji dear me say be papa Alhaji me ne ne fine but that my friend Chiano. I say kaka min kayo afi me board dan kwaku boss okay my kayo
Alhaji dear papa preko.
My kayo no. It's you see ye nyina ye won komo ye di e okukuom. Enya nsem bia na ba bonten. Se nsem ye di okukuom na ye se ye kan nyina wa bonten a ka o man Ghana nke butu. But Alhaji breaking that trust. We break that trust. Until say wo kwaku we chi na say Alhaji aye obi say ya president say ya next time. Say wo so ne ka say okukuom a unim de bitme si. Until yen komo bia na ye di wo pejoma na ye de ba bonten. Do ya de
I say sisi ya sisi ya heavy washembo because still sasem na and na me allegations are me mete ya and I have no evidence but yes say omuni ni kodi nkomo say FA Cup no onyem na ne 3 points in the ombe mana colleague no and o matete na Yeboah FA Cup we are no omde verdict na baze yeah, they will call relegation. That's how they are saying.
To me, because FN Emma communicate say, "Omo person omo Africa bia no ombra ne nye training. Club license training FM club say call ye. Can you find account because that time now we do finance.
I say bia ni 3 points no the Becker league ni mu hia ni change.
Almost say any league no
because William somebody made that allegation. And a friend of mine or hey FA Cup finance ni bi no. Was it what upload the echi and upload the team chair players and he say muko inside near vertical then an official of freaking verse betray mu upload the name say omungo infa
and so person lose much no
exactly it gives credence to the allegations say then there was an agreement he say mami for FA Cup na means me do 3 points man and our house mako miano
3 points na one na jama no
anya fe na ajama no 3 points then na some na die fe no open 3 points waka league no which for him is more important than winning the FA Cup. FA Cup na go relegation what shall I profit man
Ket na or say alleged say also Yeboah no one will come ben so Ket in part of this committee on your part of the appeals committee and on your part of this committee. So how do you then drag him into this mess say or say Yeboah
into uzo ayaka say no grab you anwe Alhaji aswear by ne religion say mimi ye Muslim Gigi ye Muslim Ket ye Christian
Alhaji na mama this time me person me because ye feel World Cup buy in one of his interviews also call World Cup buy no yaman $100,000 obi anya bi later now tension started say ba na no asan buy say one kasa na he was only being jovial me who say am saying can say agro no di no or to cheeky answer no the man presenter no what can and a large of your, I mean, a personality of your caliber. Who started say, well, your boss, maybe I'm a miscra. Exactly. It's a customer, it carries weight.
Yeah.
Oh, a mood. And see, I call what cover about a messenger for the Ghana for, I mean, I'm a bottle, almost doing a boo idea, say, I'm going to skedi. Now, management committee member, Oba say, win $100,000. You could that's sorry, some buyer, I will say, and yes, I net, me too. How will somebody take you serious? If next time because
you reserve the right to doubt Alhaji Grusa. My problem is the silence, the loud silence of the GFA.
GFA.
Yeah. Because since Johnny Nakokaya, hey,
but Alhaji, when you say golden is silence in situation like this.
No. This is branding now move football forcing move home by bring back the love. No. And no be a time branding what do you from? Oh, silence is golden. How can this be golden? This one cannot even be bronze.
Well, this very
let alone
there are a lot of, I mean, men of substance.
The more reason why you need to clear your name.
For all you know, say Obabe respond here. How would you know?
Who respond here?
They pay. Maybe the communicate.
Obabe respond here.
Oh, Beba. After what you were here, none who says.
Hey, and your abo father.
Because maybe shed them.
Father no bani bon watch. Hey, call a boo father.
Because
nobody is doubting the integrity and the credibility of members of the FA. But what I'm saying is, a hard guinea say, Obia sitting in the book cast and cite evidence. I go hoofy with my command what to say golden. How can this be golden? Bronze Ukraine.
I like you say, Papa.
No, there are people who are older than Gruza. Aumaka Sema. Ethics committee from a trauma so and an example here over for Skofi Kojon Fum. Oka Sama Adiachi in your friend. Nanka, ya bought in Jamu. And the end here, Papa Sam. Some movies and has them on yada and Maradi and Fam film. And was that them? Say, Muya Mama, Munfen Wettis one and Zambaba.
I like it as a member. I like it as a member.
Hey! Football made in Ghana. Okay, yeah, the comment to Nima Bremunti and wrap it up. Kofi Kwating, Danko Yeboah TV. I'm not a prophet of doom, but I must say that our team this time isn't good. Our defense is very porous and lackluster. Well, your umpires Ghanaians say, Ebefa. That's my prayer because you see, Ono Nabanka near Chinasia. We embesho. Eden Ebeka say black meteors of Ghana. Yamvezia every pemno yebesa basa asem to go let an afine Edubiase diaba showdown Ghana football ebeye doko here is enjoy for the journalism thrives on controversy.
Yeah.
The woman bomubra ye na asem ba yenso yebeka ma muntwe adapa se yempamasem boye munoma ya ada yebeta na ye kan ketiba ye catch them young policy kama ye kan ye bona baso foundation some snapia stories ye Yeboah baso kama de ye ne yebeka mukonto kwanzo na mugumu hufia na nso yebeka munsiesie mufie ha na yedi dwumadie no asi